What's up YouTube, Mellowhead and Matt here. Now I know this is a bit late than what I want them to be, but we are coming back to the Clan Collection early deck lists. We are going to be doing the whole of Stargate and the whole of Dark Zone in one video this time. The fact of it's not worth doing short videos for 3 decks, 4 decks when I'm doing only doing basic talks about them. So combining them together makes it worthwhile. This is obviously going up now on Wednesday instead of Tuesday because I had issues with some of the recordings. So we are going to be a day late. I do want to apologise for there being no video yesterday. So what I've done is I've actually shifted the schedule all back by one day. So there will be a bonus video on Saturday now instead of just being Monday to Friday. So we are going to start off with the Nova Grapplers. And Nova Grapplers got really good support this set in the forms of Ethics Buster Reverse. Now it started off as a meme because people were like, well, you're locking on the auto attack, you're not getting many attacks. But then it processed decks all about multiple Vanguard restands via the likes of Ethics Buster Reverse and Ethics Buster in combination. And then utilising obviously Scarlet Bird to restand in the main phase, to have Vanguard swing again off of the riding on top of Ethics Buster. All in all, it's literally check crits, win situation. Fun deck, might not be massively competitively viable, but honestly, really fun deck to play around with. Next one up is Dimension Police, and that is going to be Original Saver Zero. Now the list I've built here is a very simple ride up deck of 1, 2, 3 of the following the new support of Eternity Chaser into Endless Float into Origin Save Zero. It's more meant as a turn 4 deck, because obviously turn 4 you can then ride Brad Black on top of your Original Saver Zero. So you'll then get the Original Saver Zero put them to 0 power, getting attacks from Vanguard Brad Black, the Brad Black re-ride, and the 2 rear guards all at a 0 power Vanguard of your opponents. So obviously it is mainly meant as a push for game deck. You do have, obviously, we've put Kaizard in here for the extra force marker generation, which does really help. You can go force 1, force 2 with this. It's more down to, depending on the matchup, what you want to go for. I've also got 2 copies of Guy Kaiser in here just for that. But that win con in the deck, you can do this off Brad Black, put this on a rear guard, and just have that sentinel pressure, which is really strong. Next one up on the list is the last one of the Stargates in Link Joker. Now Link Joker didn't, whilst people were expecting it to be Glendios, one of the 2 sets, this one wasn't Glendios, so instead they have given us Nebula Lord Dragon. Now Nebula Lord Dragon works really nicely in tandem with Infinite Zero Dragon. In the fact of you can obviously break ride, create an army of locks, gain some power, a massive amount of power to your front row, and in really strong powers. We have got Gravity Collapse Dragon in this deck as well, just for that extra little bit of trying to force out the early Superior Ride into Infinite Zero Dragon. But you've still got the old Starvader support of Palladium and Craven Claw alongside of Rubidium, Zirconium, sorry, is the one I'm looking at. So you've got extra locking power, you've got the control of what they've got, you've got your search in Craven Claw. We have got 3 copies of Lady Battler in here just for that extra little bit of consistency. And we've got Colony Maker just for that extra bit of superior call, discarding the new card we've added to the deck in Starvader Zinc. Zinc can recall himself from the drop zone for a cost of a Cat Blast, but then removes himself if you don't unlock. But we don't have any Omega Lockers in here, so it's going to stay on the field at all times. All in all, nice simple deck, but it's not the best. Chaos Breaker just beats it out, unfortunately. Now we're moving on to the Dark Zone decks, and we're going to start off with Spike Brothers. Now Spike Brothers isn't one I'm too massively knowledgeable on, but I did have a look around at some lists on a few lists online on Twitter, decks, and a few other bits, and I've compromised with this. So we have got Dudley Reverse, which gains power and drive checks if I remember correctly. Yep, W reverse gauge power and drive checks for cards that return back to deck, and when he attacks, you can, if you've got no grade 2s, you can call a card from deck or deck to rearguard circle. So of utilising that, we have got stuff like Breach Spurt and the machine gun that both tuck stuff off the field to create the empty circle, so you can then go, oh, I've got empty circles, let's fill them back up again and combo off. All in all, it's a really solid deck. Where it's going to stay in the meta, I honestly don't know, but it's definitely worth testing. Next up, we have got Dark Irregulars, and we finally see the long-awaited return of Demon Marquis Ammon. Now, Ammon's a really fun deck. We have got Number of Terror and Hope on Damp as supporting grade 3s, just for the extra draw power from Number of Terror, and Hope on Damp does give you that extra little bit of win con for forcing the exact 20k shields. But if the fact of, obviously, really nice card, giving you Ammon controlling your opponent's hand, field, and drop zone by putting them all into soul, and then gaining additional power space on your soul and their soul. We have got, obviously, Ron Genlin and Fu Genlin that both help generate soul on both sides, so really good cards. And then we've also got the new promo that is an extra perfect card for the deck. All in all, just the generic Soul Charge from Dark Irregulars, but it's actually a really strong deck and has been taking quite a lot of wins over in Japan, so could be very interesting for our meta. Next one up on the list is Pale Moon. Now, Pale Moon got the very highly anticipated Lugia reverse, but after testing, I'm not too fond of the deck because it is literally just spam board, swing, not much doing, but it is a really strong deck. I've opted here for the non-Venus Lugia version, more for the fact of, if you're using Venus Lugia, you can't utilise Dorian to refill your hand, and Venus Lugia does only call to front row, whereas normal Lugia does call to every circle. So you do generate more of a board off of Lugia. All in all, really solid deck. We've got Ana Marasika combos for extra counter charge to the deck now, along with more cooling, because obviously you can Ana tuck two things in, counter charge, and Marasika call one of those things straight back out again, both when called off of a Lugia. All in all, really enjoyable deck. Finishing up is Gear Chronicles. Now, Gear Chronicles got a lot of support in the form of Steam Maidens, but whilst their support isn't much in terms of Steam Maidens, it's enough to actually get a viable deck out of it. We have gone for the Uluru instead of the Heal Guardians, more for the fact of, obviously, it's a Steam Maiden and does work with Elul's engine of calling the grade 0 from the bind zone, and then at the end of the battle, Uluru attacks, you can then time leap it up into the grade 1 and carry comboing off. We have got the likes of Calaboom in the deck, more for the fact of he binds himself so he can call himself off of the grade 1 Steam Maiden skill. And then combining that on top, we have got the Hollow Amusements Colossus as our win con to force that 2-card guard restrict on every one of the attacks. Especially with the fact of you've got the grade 1, 2, 3 Steam Maidens that all create extra multi-attacks, force them to 2-card guard every, I think it's about 6-7 attacks in the turn. You do end up winning up quite nicely. You are obviously heavily reliant on your opponent doesn't defensive as much. If you can get enough Eluls to keep cycling them and generate enough force markers, you should have a nice strong game plan. But that is going to be it for this video. If you haven't done so already, please do like, comment, subscribe. It very much does help the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.